Okay, Rich Van Tassel here with you again. We're giving you the last of the recap for Sunday's games. This was Game 7 between the Toronto Raptors and Indiana Pacers. I'm a little surprised they played it after the Warriors and the Trailblazers got started. They had this game late on. I didn't watch it. I was driving home. Toronto had a big lead going into the fourth quarter, 14 points. They got outscored 20-11, had to hold on to get the win. So I'm sure a lot of people were nervous up there in Toronto. Looking at the Pacers, Paul George played very well as I expected in this game. 4 of 7 from behind the arc, 8 of 18 total shooting, 26 points, 12 rebounds. He certainly brought his A game, and you would expect nothing less from Paul George. George Hill and Monte Ellis, the guards, did play very well. And frankly, they played at least equal to DeRozan and Lowry this entire series. Probably played better. I'm just saying equal because DeRozan and Lowry are better players. So even at their worst, they're playing better than George Hill and Monte Ellis. But these guys played well. I mean, yesterday George Hill 19 points, 8 of 11 shooting, 2 assists. You need a little more assists from a point guard. Ellis 15 points on 7 of 14 shooting. He had 7 assists. So those guys both played very well. Really, that's where all the scoring for Toronto came from. Miles Turner only had 4 points in the starting lineup, 2 of 11 shooting. Jan Mahimi, 6 points. The bench, Rodney Stuckey led the way with 9. Ty Lawson only had 1, and Solomon Hill had 4, so they only got 14 points off the bench. For the Toronto Raptors, Patrick Patterson was effective, 4 of 9 shooting, 11 points. Jonas Valanciunas, 10 points, 15 rebounds. So again, the glass, a big story in this game. 49, which has been basically the entire series, 49-38. Valanciunas played very well. Toronto really needs to be thanking their lucky stars or whatever you would say, because if they didn't have Valanciunas picking up the slack for DeRozan and Lowry, they probably would have lost this series. Kyle Lowry, again, did not play well. 5 of 14 shooting, 11 points, 9 assists. DeRozan did get 30, but it took him 32 shots to do it. He only made 10 of them. Was 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Overall, Toronto only shot 38.2%, 33% from downtown. Indiana shot much better, 46.6%, 9 of 19 from downtown. People may make the fact that Toronto shot 9 more free throws. I don't know if there was any hanky-panky going on. Again, I didn't watch the game, but they only made 6 more of them. I guess I gotta see. Toronto had 13 turnovers. Toronto only had 8, so that's really where the difference must have come from in this game. Again, I didn't watch it, but looking at those shooting percentages, obviously the free throw line, hey, it was a 6-point difference from the line, so we don't know. In a 5-point game, you never know with the NBA, but again, I didn't watch it, so I can't comment on what happened. I'll check the tea leaves today and see if there's any news about some funny business going on in this game. Now, with Toronto moving forward, obviously give hats off to Indiana. Had a very good year, 45 wins. I mean, unfortunately, the Eastern Conference was the power this time, and it only got them the 7th seed. So, Paul George, spectacular comeback season. We've talked about him again. Congratulations on a great season, Paul. But Toronto moving forward, now that they got that monkey off their back, will Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan step up and start playing better? We'll discuss that when we talk about their series against the Heat, but I'd have to assume that they're going to get better and they're going to have to. So we'll see what happens moving forward from that. All right, so we'll give you the previews coming up of Atlanta and Cleveland. We'll do that today. The rest of the other series, once they get started, we'll be going into that. And it's really only Toronto and Miami, so we'll do that either today or tomorrow to get started. And then we will give you, obviously, the recap of that game, Atlanta and Cleveland, and Oklahoma City and San Antonio, as they get set for their game 2 coming up tonight at 9:30. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much. Again, I'm sorry that I couldn't really be up to it on this weekend, but I did the best I could. So thank you for your patience, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.